Each year, Southeast Missouri State University recognizes faculty and past graduates who have brought distinction to themselves and the university through outstanding contributions to their fields. This year, we are proud to honor 10 deserving people. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the 2009 Merit Award recipients. Dan Walsh.
Well, the first time I graduated, I guess, I had a degree in business and a degree in geology. And kind of interestingly, I was going to do a master's in the economics of oil exploration until I went to University of Tulsa for an interview, and they set me up with an interview with Shell Oil, and I met a guy there who said, "There's no money in oil." He says, we're putting it on the dock in New Orleans now for $2.50 a barrel from Venezuela. He says, I wouldn't get into oil. So that kind of moved me in a different direction.
Fortunately for Dr. Dan Walsh, his new career direction was reinforced by Southeast's strong foundation in that field.
One of the reasons, besides I lived in the area, that I did my pre-med courses at SEMO was because of the high rate of acceptance to medical and dental school from SEMO grads. It seemed like the medical schools in the state and dental schools understood that if you did well at SEMO, you would make a good candidate in their professional school.
Dan still fondly recalls his time at Southeast.
It was a great time of my life, and enjoyed the campus and enjoyed the camaraderie of my friends there, as well as all the things that were available to do at that time.
He especially remembers the tremendous impact faculty members had on him.
Dr. Gary Lowell was professor of earth science. He became one of my best friends and was a mentor in many ways, and more so in ways of life, I would say, and living a good life and having fun with what you do, than in the science of geology. I was a student, but probably not the most serious student he had in geology, but we certainly clicked.
Dan's professors were more than just teachers. They were mentors, one of whom even helped him get into medical school.
And it was great to have some role models there, like Dr. Lowell and Dr. Heaney for me. In some instances, as I said, Dr. Lowell, I think, taught me more about life than he taught me about geology. And John certainly made a difference. John Heaney certainly made a difference on, I think, my getting into medical school, coming back as an older student. I'd like to thank both of them for that.
There is also another aspect of his time at Southeast that Dan remembers with great pride.
Well, I was initiated in the Sigma Chi fraternity at Southeast, and certainly enjoyed my time there and made a lot of lifelong friends. And see those people, to this day.
Dan says success is simply a matter of keeping your goals in mind and working for them.
I think if there's a secret that I have to success, I think it's perseverance. I think it is knowing exactly what I want and accomplishing all of the milestones along the way in order to accomplish that.
However, Dan also attributes his success and strength to another driving force in his life, his wife.
Well, she's been a rock in my life. When I went away to sea, she had 4 little kids. She didn't know where I was, what I was doing, and in those days, Beirut was sort of a wild and woolly place to be. But she's like most Navy wives and military wives. They're very strong. She organized the family, and she organizes the family to this day. She is a confidant when it comes to business. I bounce things off of her all the time, and she actually is the head of HR for our company.
Dan was very surprised by being honored, but is very grateful and humbled in being recognized.
Well, I'd say that I'm extremely flattered and humbled by this. I had absolutely no idea that somebody was actually putting my name forth. In some ways, I'm sure that there have been people who've done significantly more with their life that have been overlooked somewhere, and that makes me humbled. But I would just say thank you very much. It's an honor that I never expected, and one that will be with me for the rest of my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Dan Walsh.